myself. Take me right back to the start.
Now then, it's Benny Booth on here, and today we're going to have a look at the star players of the Elven Union, obviously the inducements and the stadium upgrades as well. In the first videos we saw about the Ogres, and now it's time for the Elven Union, who have obviously been getting a lot of love of late because of William Cheney winning the Champions Cup on the Xbox with Elven Union, and obviously Elven Union doing quite well on the PS4 this season as well, with the likes of Gimlick Swede and Hero getting good records with them. So let's have a look at the star players then for Elven Union. First up is Moranion, and the thing I like about Elven Union is they have a good choice of star players, and they take star players from all the like the Dark Elves, the Wood Elves, and the High Elves. So this guy is from the High Elf pile. Moranion, movement 7, strength 4, agility 4, AV 8. He's got Rodge, he's got Dauntless and Tackle. So basically, he's very good at getting the ball loose from a ball carrier, obviously with Wrestle negating block, and obviously Tackle negating dodge. Strength 4 means he's going to get a lot of 2 dice blocks against most people. And then he's got Dauntless as well, so obviously he can go up against the big guys like the Croxagores and stuff like that, and Trolls and Ogres and stuff. The other thing I dislike about this guy is he doesn't have dodge. I always think elves, one of the first skills you get for an elf, obviously when you build your team, is dodge. So why this guy doesn't have dodge is beyond me. People say, well, it's only 2+ to dodge away, Bernie, but you know, you roll a 1, he's a loner, then you need to, if you're going to bend a reroll, it's a 4+ to bend a reroll, and then you know it's only 50-50 chance it works. I like my star players to have built-in rerolls like Griff, who's got dodge and sure feet. This guy hasn't. That is the only thing I don't like about this guy. You know, you'd like Mighty Blow as well, but again, his sole purpose really is to get the ball loose, isn't it? So he's not bad. 230. Fair enough price. He's a no-frills guy. I think he's a lot better against like Skaven and Elves, because obviously his ability against the teams like Orcs and stuff like that, because he lacks any sort of hitting power, I don't think is as good. You know, I think he is a decent all-rounder, but I think because he lacks that punch, and let's be honest, a lot of Elves don't have Mighty Blow, so you know, it's one of those things. I know a lot of people take him, and to be honest, he's probably one of the better, if only good players on the High Elf team in star players. So you know, he's a no frills guy for me. He does what he does on the pitch. Does he? He's a ball hawk. He gets the ball loose, and obviously strength 4, agility 4 is basically vamp for 230 without the nega trait. So yeah, Moranion, decent player. So here we go. Right, next guy. A guy everybody, well not everybody, but a lot of people rave about, Hubris Rakarth. He gives you that bit of beef for your Elven Union team. Again, he's got the same stat line as Moranion, movement 7, strength 4, agility 4, AV 8. He's got Mighty Blow, what's very key, because obviously elves, they have to roll double for Mighty Blow. So he's got Mighty Blow. He's also got Strip Ball, so obviously not only can he beat people, he can actually try and get the ball loose. So Strip Ball's really, really good, especially early on in leagues, because obviously, you know, not as many people have show hands, and then obviously he's got block. Jump up's a brilliant skill for himself, because obviously if someone knocks him down and the park next to him, 2+ gets back and gets a free hit, or he can use his full movement by jumping up of movement 7. So I really like that. The only thing I don't like about this guy is Dare Player, but again, you know, a lot of that has to do with the fluff of obviously the Blood Bowl's gone by. Again, I won't be using Dare Player unless it's very late on in the game, or I had nothing else but to do where I needed a player off the pitch. Even with a Brab, I'd be very wary to use their play on this guy, because obviously if you've got this guy in your team, that means you're playing underdog by quite a bit already. So you know, you need this guy on the pitch. He's got the armor 8, he's got the strength. I really like this guy. 260 is not a bad price as well, you know, but again, no dodge, no tackle, but hey, you know, he's a good player. The next guy, well, is a jack of all trades, but not great of anything really, is he? He looks a bit out of place in Elven Union, because, like I say, what really do you need? A pass block, but he doesn't have catch. Kick off for 10, but elves are pretty fast anyway. Hail Mary, well, as Hail Mary can be quite good on some defensive builds like dwarfs, as Roik would say. And kick's probably the best skill, but I don't really want to pay 150k for a loner with kick. He's got agility 4, but agility 4 is not that big of a deal on an Elven Union team because everybody else already has it. Strength 3, yes, standard, AV 7, movement 7. For 150k, I just can't see me ever taking this guy. He's the same price as a wizard. A wizard is far more potential than this guy. I mean, he's just a waste in any elf team, really. If at a stretch, you'd probably take him. Maybe, I don't know. Is it humans who can take him? Just because he is a cheap option with agility 4, and his really funky little skills would probably help more in there than anywhere else. So yeah, I think he's a waste of space, and you should never take him. Morgenthau, well, good old Morg. What can you say about him? 430k. When would you take him in Elven Union team? I really don't know. Maybe for about 800, 900, 1000 k inducements down, you're in a world of pain, so hey, take him then. Apart from that, when would you take him? I don't know. Dwarfs, he could hold the line against dwarfs, but dwarfs are troll slayers and they may even have a death roller. So, and like I say, for an extra 60k, you could get Moranion and Hubris, who would be, to me, a lot better for your team than Morgenthau. I think in a lot of videos, Morgenthau, we're going to say the same thing. Too expensive. Great guy, but he's just too expensive. Joel Freshbreeze is the Wood Elf star player who can be used by the Elven Union. And it just gives you something completely different to the other two, because this guy's only got armor 7 and he's only strength 3 compared to the other guys. But he is movement 8 and he does have that beautiful agility 5. He does come with leaps. Obviously, he's very hard to tie down. So on a 2+, he can leap anywhere. What's always good, he's obviously dodging away on a 2+, even dodging through a tackle zone on a 2+ as well. He does have dodge as well, what's great. He's got sidestep so he can harass people if you really are brave enough to mark up with him. And for 260, he's a really good thing. The problem is obviously being a War Dancer, he is easy to break. And a lot of times I see this guy in play, by turn 8, he's already gone. He's got leap, so he can leap into cage on a 2+, what's nice. The problem is he doesn't have any ball retrieving things. He doesn't have tackle, doesn't have strip ball or wrestle or anything like that. So it's basically, you know, against a lot of players with blodge, it's power bust, isn't it? And then he's going to get beaten to living daylight by the rest of the cage. But again, on offense, he's fantastic. Obviously, dodge, it's a built-in reroll. He's a good player, and you know, obviously 2+. God pray don't roll the 1, obviously, but 2+ leap. It just makes him. He's speedy. He's got options. No one can bog him down. It can leap in a last resort in a kid to a cage. Really good against strength 2 ball carriers. Obviously, like lizards, for instance. If I'm playing lizards at high TV, this is the guy I'm getting, because a lot of the time, lizards, the skinks don't have blodge. So, you know, he could get in there, give it a good smack, and might be worth the beating he's going to get afterwards. Because a lot of swords don't have tackle as well. So he's very situational. And that's the thing with a lot of these, isn't it? It's like some star players are better against other opposition. And that's what's the strength with Elven Union, is they've got so much choice and diversity that, you know, you know, there's always a play for it. If you want to try and get the ball loose, you've got a strip ball player at strength 4 or a Roger with tackle at strength 4. If you want speed and a bit more versatility, you've got Jordal Freshbreeze, who can be a really good ball handler, but he also can jump in and try and get the ball loose. So he could jump over a wall and then, you know, wall of defenders and then go after the ball carrier. And obviously things like for blitzers, he'd be good for that. So he's a really good player. I really like Jordal. The only thing is, because he's a War Dancer, his armor 7, and he will attract plenty of attention. And finally, Eldril Sidewinder. Interesting guy. 200k. I always think 200k is not bad for this guy. He can do various stuff. He's got Nerves of Steel and catch. Very good. That means he's always catching on a 2+. Gotta love that. He's got dodge. So again, you've got your built-in reroll for dodging away. Pass block. Well, yeah, pass block and catch go really well together. I still remember, and Stuntman DD will not thank me for saying this, but I still remember his Dark Elves, was it season 1? Everyone tipped them to win the thing. They finished top. They had so much good players against High Elves. and they threw the ball and he was going to the end zone, and Stummandini's Dagger was going to win, and this guy with pass block came out of nowhere and intercepted the ball, and the Elves went down the other side and pulled off a shock. And the other thing as well, this guy's got hypnotic gaze as well, so he can open up a cage, usually on a 3+. So he's a really good guy, and he's agility 4 as well, obviously, and he's got movement 8. So this guy's really good, but again, I'm just always concerned that he gets broken a lot, and that's what you've got to look at in a risk-reward category. Is, you know, they are only armor 7, and a lot of times this guy's going to base up, especially if you're trying to get into a cage. But, you know, this guy has so much potential, because obviously, you know, a lot of teams will cage up against you. So he pops into a corner. If his hypnotic gaze works, then you've got a chance to go in. Especially if he's tag teamed up with Moranion, who's strength 4, goes in there, boom, get the ball loose. So Eldril, I like Eldril a lot. I hate playing against him. When I'm playing against him, he's one of those guys I'm like, he's got to die. He's got to go soon. We've got to get him off the pitch. You know. So for 200k, I think he's good value. The only problem is when I see him, I'm like, oh my god, I love Joel Fresh Breeze. You know, there's Hubris there as well. Oh god, I so want to get them into the team. And you know, and the thing with Hubris is a lot more resilient, isn't he, with moving 8, strength 4, and it gives me that mighty blow punch as well. So it's always a tough choice. But again, Elder Sidewinder, very, very good. So there's the star players. What about inducements? Well, wizards are always going to be good. Always going to be good. Get the wizard off. Ball scatters. Your guys can get in the ball, get the ball, go in there and get rid of it. No problemo. Brabs aren't too bad for Elven Union, because obviously, you know, if you get a few players down, you could give them a good stamping. You know, Brab ain't bad, because I wouldn't want to really be stamping with elves unless I've got some sort of safety blanket. And the Brab would do that. Half the Master Chef, I wouldn't even bother with that. You're too skillful already. You shouldn't really be needing to pay 300k. 100 Apothecaries, yeah, especially against teams what have got a lot of punch or a lot of damage potential and tackle and stuff like that. So that is a guy. You know, this is a thing what, you know, you would take, especially against the more kill teams. Extra team training, you really should have enough already in the bank. Bloodweiser Babes is very important, especially when you get 2 of these bad boys. I'd take 2 Bloodweiser Babes over chain rerolls and Apothecaries, because at the end of the day, with it being armor 7 mainly, apart from your blitzers, you're gonna get removed. So the importance of the next drive to be able to come back on a 2+ is huge. So if I've only got 100k to spend, these, you know, they get them. Even if I had 150k to spend, I would and although the wizard is so tempting, I would still look at Babes, depending on the skill of my opponent and what he's got. Babes, to me, with Wood Elves and any AB7 team, is extremely important, because you know what, it doesn't matter how good you are, you're going to lose players. And, you know, a lot of time they will be knocked out, and having them back on a 2+ is golden. Stadium enhancements. Wizards. I see Elven Union teams with wizards do extremely well, and I think personally myself, I would take the wizard enhancement with Elven Union. It just seems right. I mean, what else could you possibly take? I'm not exactly sure. I don't really know. I mean, that to me, when I've always looked at Elven Union, I've always thought wizard, because you're looking for that 2-0, aren't you? You're looking for that bang bang. A bit like Drick on the Xbox with his Wood Elves. He tries to go bang bang 2-0 up first start, and he can play a bit more conservative, and that's what you're trying to do with Elven Union. You get a 2-0 lead, and then the other team's got to score 3. That's always going to be hard against you. So to me, the wizard enhancement is the best thing for them. Anything else? Oh, there's nothing else I really like. I mean, the Squeak Sandwich Kiosk, throw a rock, so it protects you against, obviously, your star players getting rocked to death, I suppose. But if you're not taking the wizard enhancement, then you really are handicapping yourself. Yeah, your opponent does have a wizard, but, you know, your elves, you can screen. You know, if the ball gets loose and you've got a decent defense, you'll be able to pick the ball straight back up. And there's just so much more potential having a wizard enhancement. So there you go, Elven Union, a team I don't play a lot, but I do love their star players. It gives you so much versatility, and obviously the inducements like the Bloodweiser Babes and the Wizard are fantastic for this team. So Elven Union is one of those teams where I'd quite happily play the underdog because there's a lot of good value in there and a lot of good stuff I can use to balance the books. And with everyone being agility 4, you've always got a fighter's chance. And I can see now why a lot of people are playing Elven Union. They start to latch on and get on. So, because they're quite a new race, aren't they, for on the PS4 and the Xbox and PC. And people are now starting to figure out how to play them a lot better. And like I said, any sort of versatility on any team is key. And these star players are brilliant. And they will help. Anyway, that's me done for this one. Like I say, if you haven't subscribed to my Bet Any Buffon channel, please do, because it'll let you know when other videos are up. We do so many different videos. We do obviously previews of these. We do the playoff matches on PS4 and Xbox One, and various other videos. And we've also got all the team rosters done as well. So thanks again, and we'll see you on the next video. Bye bye.
Zombie apocalypse.